everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube. Make sure that you are subscribed down below, hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately. Or if you're joining me on my Facebook page, welcome. Remember that the videos on Facebook are only there for 30 days, but you can always come back to the video here on YouTube because as far as we know, it's still going to stay there. All right, you guys, so welcome. It's my Technique Tuesday. This is where I go live. I do a technique. I don't think I've done this technique before, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't. I do have to do, it's called setback stamping technique, and there's lots of different ways that you can actually do this technique, which I think is really kind of cool. So I might do some of those variations as it is. Remember too that if you are watching this and I'm talking with a few people, and I don't do a lot of chit chat, but if I do some chit chat, that if you don't like that, what you can do is you can just watch it on the replay and scoot on by all that part, and then you don't have to listen to all of that. So welcome to Technique Tuesday. So like I say, it's Setback Tuesday, or Setback Stamping Tuesday, Technique Tuesday. Oh my goodness. So this is the sheet. I might do some variations to it tomorrow. We are on episode 156. So tomorrow this will be on my Facebook group, which is down below here. The video does not go onto my group. Just too many errors. Like yesterday, I had an error that it wouldn't go down to my desktop. So I don't know what was going on with that. And then this posts at 9:05 in my Facebook group, and all my other 155 techniques are also in there. Some of them are variations of the other ones, but at least you have something that's there. So remember to say hello if you are joining me. So let's get going on this technique. Now this is such a great technique that there's so many different ways, like I said before, that you can do this. I wasn't sure what color I should stamp or different colors that I should do, but I think this might work okay. I could do some other ones. I'm not sure. It's kind of there. Hello, Ina. All right, so let's get going on this. I am going to use the gallery blooms. I needed a big image. I needed one that I could set back from the other. Hello, Felicia. Oh, you just ducked a tornado. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's such terrible weather. It's all this weather change. And it's almost like we're too late to do an awful lot. I just feel sorry for our kids for what we've left behind them, right? So anyway, so we're going to take this. Now, I am also using a stamp positioner. This is very important that you do have a stamp positioner. I'm using the Stamparatus that Stampin' Up had. Who knows if they're going to come out with something else. I sure hope so, because I would like to, you know, I can't tell you which one to go with. I know that there's a patent thing on our Stamparatus, but I've got it so I can use it. I actually think I even have some for sale that are going to be in my BOGO. I'm not sure. Anyways, I've got it all marked out, and I'm going to have to come in and measure these pieces again. This piece here, and let me just go with my thing, and they'll be all listed on this sheet, is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So I'm going and I'm putting it here, and you know what, I think I'm going to use repositional tape here just to keep it so it's down. It's in such a position that I can use the magnets and nothing really happens with it. And let me just see if this is going to work okay. And then what I do is I have this piece that is 3 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And I'm going to go and put that, and you know what, I'm going to have to move this up just a tad. So I'm putting it on there. And what I want to do is I'm going to stamp this part first. I want to make sure it's covered in there. All right, so we're just going to go put that there. And you'll see why I'm doing it this way. So I've just got my magnet on there. And I thought, you know, I am using my, I was originally going to do this in Secret C. Hello, Florence. Yes. Felicia, where are you located? Oh my goodness. So I am going to use my Memento ink on here because I want to make sure that I basically I can use it with my stamping blends. And Susan is on here as well. So I have gone ahead, I've made my own Memento pad with my white, the blank white craft pad. I wanted to have this kind of a, I wanted it to have good coverage. I didn't have to worry too much about it. So let me just go here. Just gonna come down here. Might have to just move this down just a tad. Coming in here. Yep, that's pretty well in the middle. And I do have, I did have my Chucky. I'm just gonna go in and get a really, really good coverage there. Oops, and of course we want this down here as well. All right, but I'm gonna be coming back in, so you'll see how I can do this. So I've got this like this. Now what I'm gonna do is I am taking this image off, and I am going to go and stamp this again. Now I do have some pencil lines on there. Whoops, oh, look at that. Ugh, that won't, I don't think it'll make a difference on my thing there. We'll see how that works. All right. So just put that Pennsylvania. Oh, brother. I know my son in Montreal has been having tornado warnings too. It's so scary, and with your floods in Texas, oh my goodness. Flash floods are so real. We, I know out where I live, the ground is so hard that if it does rain, sometimes it turns into a flash flood, but nothing like yours. Okay, you know what? I see a tiny bit of a hair on here. I'm gonna go in, just do that again. There we go. Little bit of an imperfection, but we're okay with that. All right, so I'm just gonna take this off, and then you're gonna see how this technique actually works. All right, so what happens with this particular thing is that when it's set back, this is the image that we're actually going to see on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this image out, and this is going to be raised up and you'll see it behind. So let's just go ahead. And I thought, you know what, I am going to come in and we are going to use Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and I think soft seafoam would be really nice. Now, I need to start putting my blends back away. But I have my soft seafoam. I thought this would be nice sort of coloring that's with it. All right, so let's come in with our Pool Party. And I think this is, we're just going to saturate this part here. Remember, when I color, I don't color all of my colors, all of my images. And this looks like this is almost on its last leg. I do have a few of these, so. Okay, so this is just coming in. You know, I might even change the background of my card. And then I'm going to come in with the darker, oh, this is like Pool Party too. Oh, that's better. And then what we'll do is we'll come in with our light Lost Lagoon. All right. And then we'll just get some coloring. Remember, it's so easy when Stampin' Up has all these lines on our stamps. Helps us with our shading. Yeah, and I think I'm going to be changing the back of my card. I'm thinking, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. All right, so then I have the soft seafoam, and let's do that on the leaves. It's such a subtle color, but boy, it sure goes nice with the Pool Party and the Lost Lagoon. we'll come in with the darker there. Okay. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to remove those pencil lines that I have on here. You know what I'm thinking? This is probably going to be better with Lost Lagoon on here. So I'm going to probably end up changing something here. Now, would I be better having a black behind here? Let's see. I just want to show you what my thought process was. My goodness, where is that? I wanted a border around here, but I'm thinking that the border probably would be better in a Lost Lagoon, and also to use Lost Lagoon. Let me grab my Lost Lagoon cardstock. Oh, this is not that great. It's got a bunch of stuff all over it. So let me just go in and grab a Lost Lagoon. And yes, I think Lost Lagoon would be our better color. So I'll just come in here and we'll do this. I didn't think that out too well. So I'm just going to come in and let's just quickly cut this cardstock 5.5. You know what? I'm going to show you something I do. Always when I cut a piece of cardstock, I go in and I score the whole thing. So I've got that scored at 4 1/4, and then I can get my 2 pieces cut at the same time instead of running it through twice. Hello, Carol. What's it like up at Big Mountain, or Big White? All right, so we've got that. Now I also have to cut this piece because I think this is going to work. All right, so this is going to be 3 inches by 3 1/4. And that's going to go around this piece right here. So let's see if that's going to look okay, or if I want to do it with black. Let's see. I'm thinking that's going to be okay. All right, so I'm going to take this. Now, this is the piece that it's going to go through to. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to come in with my seal. Hello, Lorraine from Northern Saskatchewan. I got lots of stuff I got to catch up with you on. You must be almost on your way back. All right, so I just cut that and I left it. Oh my goodness, what did I do? I just cut it. That is just plain silly. Well, we can cut another one. So I have a little thief in here too. So 3 inches by 3 1/4 inch, because that'll be the mat of this white. Oh, there it is. Right underneath, right behind here. Of course. All right, so then I'm just going to come. You fly out tomorrow. Well, I hope you had good fishing. It's nice and cool here today. All right, so we have this. Now, I put this on here. Now, I'm going to use this as a mat, and this is where the setback is going to come in. So you do need your cut and emboss machine. So I'm going to come in with that. And it's on this piece that we're going to play with. So let me just bring that up there. So I'm going to come in with this die. Just like, it's not this piece that we're cutting out. Almost did a boo-boo there. 2-day drive and great fishing. Well, it was worth it. And the fires stayed away. is good. Now I'm going to come in with my tear and tape. I'm just going to put on here. I don't want it moving. It's hard to believe it's been that long. That time has gone so fast. All right, so just like that, come in with this, and we'll just cut that through. So like I say, this is the cut through part. And what we're gonna do is just take this off. Just take this off. There are so many different ways you can do this technique. It's just amazing technique. This will be on my blog the last Thursday of the month. And what this one is, this is the Totally Technique one. So this is going to go like this. And we're going to pop this up onto this part here. And by popping it up, you're going to see that it's a setback. Now, the one thing that's really hard is to get the dimensionals and all that sort of stuff there. So I've turned around and I have used these foam adhesive sheets, and I cut that die out of this because I thought this will be great to get into those intricate parts. So we're just going to put this onto the back here, and this is going onto this part here. So it's going to act like a huge dimensional, right? So this is going to be a little tricky getting this on, but it's going to just fit in just like that. And it's just because we want to pop up those little edges there. And I obviously didn't layer that on there that well. So I'm going to come in and cut those little edges, the excess edges off. So just like that. And then this part here, you see how that goes right on there. Now, I also have this little piece in here that I could put in there, but you know what? I really don't, you know what? I guess I will. I'll try to get this part. And this is where it gets quite finicky. Excuse me. Come in with this. Put this and that's just going to go onto there. And I probably could also get that part on. But let's see. You don't want this big or this detailed of a stamp, but it's going to work okay. See how that's recessed there. Now, I think the white part from, I'm going to just leave these parts. This is, ooh, I guess that came out with the die. So, okay, so I'm going to take this off and use it like a dimensional. So it's just going to pop up right under there. Just like that. And then you can see that this is recessed and it's really sharp. And then of course this comes down here. All right, so we have that. You know, I could have put some of those other behind there. that's what you kind of want to avoid, are the ones that have these other parts in there. So we'll just put that off to the side. Now what we want to do is we want to stamp a sentiment down there. So this is going to come like this. Now to me that looks a little stark, so I'm going to come in actually with my a blending brush, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon on this, and we're just going to get this inked up just a bit. Probably should have done this before. And from here. Okay, now what we have to do is figure out what kind of a word. And I know Beautiful Butterflies has a great sentiment, time to celebrate. And I think that'll fit on there just perfect. Let's take a look. Will it fit? Is that gonna look okay there? You've never seen it before. Thanks, Judy. Thanks, Kimberly. I'm gonna do this. Now I'm thinking if I do this in Lost Lagoon, it's going to be not dark enough. So I'm thinking I'm going to give this a try. I really want to use this stamp set. It is a little big, but there, yeah, that'll work. This is Pretty Peacock. No note to self, probably should have done this first. Time to celebrate, like so. And then we can go ahead, and we are also going to do on the inside of this card. Let's come here and let's come in with our memento again, and I think I'll use this one, just a part of that one. I love this stamp set, it's so pretty. Come in with my black. Yeah, if you have any ideas that you'd like to see me do, I would love your suggestions. Now, because of this, I'm going to have to stamp that and color it. But that's okay. So, again, we're going to go in with our pool party. Oops, that's the old one. Let's do the newer one. Come in with our Lost Lagoon, the light one. I am hearing some just come in here. And then just use our seafoam. There we go there. And that can go on the inside. So this is a regular card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we will, I think my dog has something. I can hear it. I'm just going to put this on here like this. Let's put this on the inside. Very simple, but it is raised up. And this is the Ooh, you know what? That is too wide of one. Ugh. I hate using this and putting this in there. It's going to it's too wide. So I'm going to have to use my trimmer. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to use my little tiny trimmer because I can take it apart really easily. And we'll just trim this down to 3 3/4. Yeah, I can just take that apart and easily clean it. So this will just go here. And then we need to do some embellishments on there. So this one's a little bit harder because we don't know what color embellishments to put on here. There's these ones here, which I might turn around and use. Let's use a pretty peacock and see, or a Lost Lagoon on this white. These are the neutral ones. Now this is the dark Lost Lagoon. Yeah, this will be fine. Kind of subtle. Let those dry just for a tad. So like I say, this information is going to be on the Stampin' with Diane group, and it'll also tell you the different product that I used, and the different colors of the blends and everything else. Oh my goodness, I've got a real mess going for me on here. Let's go here and put these on. A bigger one might have been better instead of the small one. But you know what? We'll just use the small one. Put it right there. All right. So that is the setback stamping technique. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions at all, please do reach out. Remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Remember to, if you live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. If you have any questions at all, just reach out. Tomorrow's a 20% off the two-tone paper. Oh my goodness, you guys. I also have a share with the two-tone paper as well. And because that 20% came off, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to reward rewards with that, which is not something that I normally would do. There you go, Dolores. Hello, hello, and Susan. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. So remember to create because it's great for the soul. I'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock Pacific time, and it's a mystery challenge. So check back at 12 noon mystery on my Facebook page, and you'll see the 3 clues. All right, you guys. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.